Hello guys, this is Roboscout and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Bleed. This time, we are going to tackle the robot. We are going to play hard again, and in between this episode and the last episode, I actually managed to beat this game on very hard. As if the name might indicate, it was very hard, but I can show you the final hidden weapon. It is called White. And it's very interesting. It's hard to describe it. Basically the idea is, it's a weapon that gets stronger the more the style meter is built up. It's not very good right now. I mean, yeah. But, as you can see, once we just got better there, it starts getting a lot better. It's a very interesting weapon, especially when you get it up high. However, it also needs to encourage it. However, you also need to be very fast and quick when using it, and since I'm honestly not very good with it, I'm going to be using the revolver and flamethrower for this level, because that's usually what I use. Because this level, it can be very tricky. Essentially, the gimmick of the level is these lasers, and essentially they're kind of like cameras. And what happens if you get caught by one, it will summon a bunch of robots like what just happened. These robots can easily kill you, and so for that reason it's best to stay out of the lasers line of sight whenever possible. And I am not doing too hot in terms of health. Oh god. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah. This level is actually pretty difficult. It's one of the hardest levels in the game. Partially just because, the first half is one of the hardest levels in the game. For some reason, the first half of this level is much harder than the second half. This level's mini-boss is much harder than its final boss, and yeah. Alright. So we managed to make it through that much better in that time. And this first part is very difficult just because the lack of checkpoints you have in this level is quite astounding. You do not have much room for failure in this level, and I'm surprised I did not get hit right there. I like using the revolver and the flamethrower in this level because they're just frankly the best for this level. Revolver lets you sneakily take out robots, and the flamethrower can give you a chance of surviving if you mess up and hit a laser. However, fortunately, it seems we are getting close to the end of this long section. Alright, we made it. Now, on to the level's mini-boss. Alright. Oh wait, no, I forgot this section's important. You just kill some robots, it's not that hard. You've been doing it this entire level. It's not that hard. Yeah, just use the slow motion on that part and you should be fine. And now, this is where the hardest part of the level comes in. The spider cord. This is one of the hardest bosses in the game. In particular for that attack right there. You know what? I'm gonna be gutsy, and I'm gonna equip White and Shotgun. Shotgun is really good against bosses. Oh my god. Darn. Messed up. And I died. Oh well. Not bad. Anyway, I was expecting to die at least once on this fight, because it's really hard. Yeah, but if you're right next to it, the shotgun can do quite a lot of damage. However, the real danger in this fight is when the spider core leaps at you, you need to be ready like that. So, essentially, because of that, it's a very good idea to be close to the edge. That way you can react very quickly if the spider core decides to jump at you, which is probably your biggest danger in this fight. However, it seems we made it through this fight without much trouble, which is good. Now here, this part can be tricky, but it's not too hard if you can know what you're doing. Equip dual pistols and probably flamethrower. You know, dual pistols and yeah, just flamethrower. Introduces these switches, which you shoot them, they open gates. And here's the part: you have to go through these lasers. So, let's go. And you have to run and shoot the boss behind you before they catch up to you. And you have to continually shoot the switches, and it's one of my favorite parts of the level. It's not very hard if you know, especially if you know what you're doing, but it's always one of my favorite parts. Anyway. Alright, boss time. I'm going to equip the laser rifle and the shotgun. Laser rifle, like I said previously. And that is because it penetrates. White Mark II. Its gimmick is that it has this rotating shield, which will block attacks, as you can see with the shotgun. However, laser rifle bypasses it, which is what makes the fight so good. However, given that the laser rifle is expensive, and you might not have it, I'm going to at least be doing some damage with the shotgun, because I don't want to just take the easy way out the entire time. So, essentially use copious amounts of slow-mo to detect when it is in, when you can shoot it with a shotgun, and you know, I'm just going back later. Just use copious amounts of slow-mo to shoot. Anyway, and I died. Oh well. It's still a tricky boss, and I did handicap. But yeah, laser rifle is by far the best weapon for this fight. This isn't a really hard boss fight. The Spider Core is much harder than this fight. Despite how I seem to be having more trouble on this fight than on the Spider Core fight. Anyway. Also, just dodge his missiles and it's not too hard. Anyway, down with that puzzle fight. Alright, let's do it! Level clear! Got 0.85 for deaths. The minimum multiplayer you can get is 0.75. Anyway, now I'm going to tackle my favorite level in the game, the Racer. And this level is one of my favorites. I'm going to equip dual pistols and homing missiles. Homing pistols is what they look like. Good. Essentially, this level, it has first gimmick right here. You are on a train, and you need to be aware of it. So, in this first part, you need to be very careful because tunnels can show up, and they do some serious damage. They're practically instant kills. Also, lots of enemies show up in this level, so you need a fast weapon that can eliminate them pretty systematically. Dual pistols is the best weapon for this level, since the bad guys, they don't have much health. Yeah, so dual pistols is pretty good. Homing rockets is also a viable alternative if you suck at aiming. Alright, anyway, here's a different part where you have to go inside the train, which it's not too hard. Just hold the first mouse button and walk forward. This part's honestly the easiest part of the level. But here, this thing shows up. Essentially, it can do massive damage to you with its pincer things if you let it. So, essentially, you have to fake it out in order to get past. And be very careful. And I'm frankly surprised I managed to miss those. Anyway, let's do it. Not too hard. Just be very systematic in this level, and make sure to keep an eye on everything. Yeah, or you actually might want to consider equipping the... Oh, I died. What I was going to say is you actually might want to consider equipping the laser rifle for this section so you can pierce the pincers and deal with the things. I don't really think it's that necessary. If you're having a lot of trouble with the enemies, you can do that. Yeah, but as long as you know what you're doing, this section isn't so hard. But I do enjoy this level. It is like probably my favorite level in the game, both in terms of just level design and the boss. Boss is. It does have more than one. And one of them is obviously this, the Mantis Core. As we'll soon find out. Mantis Core. Shotgun is your best friend in this fight. Given that you're right up close and personal with this thing, there could literally be no better weapon in this fight. Alright, so essentially it either has two really major attacks. Major attack itself. It will shoot laser balls at you, following by it can do that, or it will just try to physically attack you either by jabbing you with its pincer thing, or by slamming its head down on you. Boss fight isn't really too hard, but it is pretty fun. So, I do like it. Yeah. Alright, not too hard. Another boss done. You know, I'm just gonna keep this. I'm just gonna keep this little equipped, because that's what I'm gonna be using for the rest of the level. Alright, so here we see our kind of a sneak preview of our boss. Essentially, this part is you are scrolling, you have to survive while killing enemies. The bunny rocket, as it's called, it will drop off a ton of minions, and you need to eliminate them before you get too much bullets. Well, not as if you don't, right. You cannot shoot bunny rocket. However, if you're having trouble with this phase, this is one of the few times I would recommend using the katana. Katana is very useless on lower difficulties, however it does have some uses on higher difficulties due to its ability to reflect bullets. You know, I'm just gonna equip it. Dual pistols and katana. Like I said, I am playing on hard, so shouldn't really be. So I'm not too surprised I'm having some trouble. However, this is going surprisingly good, considering how difficult this game can be. Yeah, this is a katana. And it's very useful if there's a lot of attacks coming from one direction like we have in right now, because it can deflect the bullets. Anyway, just gonna get pistol and shotgun out. Right here, we have our boss. Bunny Rocket. Alright, so for this boss, strategy, slow down time and shoot her with shotgun. It's your basic strategy. And don't get hit. That's all you need to do to win this fight. But it's probably my favorite fight in the game, just because of how simple and fun it is. And at that. No, well, not a big deal. Alright, come on, let's go. Yeah. Slow down is your best friend in this fight. Well, it's just your best friend in this game. Here. If Bunny Rocket goes off screen, that is your symbol to get in the air, and wow, I'm getting wrecked back. That is your symbol to get in the air, because she will either do that dive bombing attack that we just saw, or she will do another attack where she will summon her rocket ship and then ride it across the stage. And it's very fast and difficult to avoid. Right here! Barely dodged that. Anyway, this fight's almost over. She has very little health, but she can quickly deal a lot of damage. Anyway. Alright, that's it. All clear! Anyway guys, this has been the Roboscat. This has been Let's Play Bleed Part 2. This episode we took out the robot and the racer. Anyway guys, this has been the Roboscat. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys all next time.